Those are just going in. They're just going in. Scimitar's in a bad spot. Oh, there it goes. Beautiful. Hello guys, and welcome to a new Regiments video today by me, Vulcan. In this one we're moving on to stage 6 and phase 11 of my Vigilant Tempest warpath. It's been rocky so far. The last episode was spicy to say the least, and today we are going to be having a go at probably an escort. I thought would be interesting. So we'll be escorting Allied forces and the Belgians will be attacking them. So we're going to have to set up defensively around our allies and do our best. So we have 110 operational authority. I'm probably going to use that to just top up some of my tanks here and there. We could also consider upgrading my task force so that the Gvozdikas become dunners, and they would be 4 dunners. We'd also get some extra T-55s for our company there. We can't really get any more deployment points, which is something that I would like. I could also just not spend it, and then we would have extra operational authority in the next sort of stage or phase that we could then use to increase our deployment points, because our first total deployment cost right now is 2,075. That is a lot. So there is a lot of units that we can't have on the field at the same time. So what I could do actually, let's just pop a little bit into signals intelligence. That will at least tell us when the attacks are coming, and then we'll save the 60 points, because I don't think there's anything that's severely damaged, as we managed to get an extra phase in at the end of the last stage. Let's go to events, and there's going to be no special events this time around, so it's going to be a standard escort battle. Vigilant Tempest phase 11, stage 6 at 5 AM. Going to be a dark one. We're going to have to use our flares, because I don't think any of my units get any form of night vision. Maybe the T-72s have them. Night vision is basic on those T-72s. Yeah, it looks like in general we have basic night vision. The Mi-24s have advanced, and so did the... oh, the recon there actually has advanced. That's kind of handy to know. Alright, well, this corner, I don't mind this. This is actually not too bad. This is a great place for my airborne to defend. On this side, I'm not sure how I want to do this. I'll probably put some units up on this ridge. It looks like there's a nice ridge here that we can use. Speaking of, let's just pop a recon unit up there. I need to make sure that I use my support assets. We have like engineer support available for this battle, and getting those in the right spots would be good. We can just put them all on the top of these hills so that we have good eyes on what is coming our way. Right, probably want one maybe over here. I'll probably put one there that can look through the valley, and we'll pop one up on this hill. It would be nice if I could get one maybe in between. We'll put one there that can look through the gap. Perfect, and then I'll just pop a barrier there. 2, that'll do. Okay, then we have our units, so I need to decide which way I want these. I'm probably going to put the advanced one over here, and they can go and drive onto this point. That's what those are going to do. And then over here, we'll probably just use some recon up on the hill. Those can be on hold fire. Same with these, they'll need to be on hold fire. That way they can utilize their stealth. We'll definitely drop some T-72s on the hill here to cover that area, and I'll probably want some T-72s over here. This town is a little bit awkward for us to defend, but like there's a lot of blockers, which means they're going to get pretty close. Like this building area here, I don't really want to sit in it because of this tree line on top of the hill. It's going to give them a lot of angles to fire at us. I think maybe I can put my T-72s like so, and then have them fire like across, and then we could have something in the town closer, like the OT-64 fire support or something. That's probably not a bad idea, just to sit on the edge of the town there. We have the airborne troops. Those can basically immediately unload and get into position here. I don't know if I want to have them like more to the left so they can actually fire on any units that come past them, or if I just want them quite far forwards. Maybe what I should do, well, we'll put them like here, for example, and then if anything kind of comes through on the left side, at least they might be able to fire across at it. That would be a good shout. 850 left to spend. Gunners could be useful, but we're going to get the BMP-2s out. Those can sit behind Divina, and could put my T-55s up on this hill. Let's do that. Okay. I don't want to spread out too much, to be honest, because yeah, let's actually not do that. I think they're not going to come towards the spawn as much. So maybe it's worth just putting those in the tree line here to defend. Kind of difficult to defend with companies because they spread out over such a long distance. Over here, maybe next to the recon, we put the T-55 AM2s. And then I've got the AM1s here as well. We'll just pop them a bit further back into the tree line here. I've got Strauzi with ATGM. Those will be useful up on the hill, I think. I do like the defense that we can set up here, where we have a lot of high ground that we can use. AA is probably useful in the town over here. And I'm kind of tempted to put some man pads on the other side, just in case. And then we do have a HQ unit we could use. I'm a bit light on this side. Let's just put some BMPs in the town. Okay, and then we do have some Strauzi or the engineers. The engineers could be useful at close range. Maybe I could put them up on this ridge. Let's do that. Okay. I might have to adjust things as we get underway, because like this side, it's kind of lightly defended by tanks. And we got a few T-72s, we got a few T-55s. And here comes the reinforcements. Yeah, the OT-64 fire support on the edge of the town here should be okay. I think like this area is good around Musta, and Divina seems relatively strong, but Ankara is certainly not. This is the arrival though, so with any luck it won't matter so much. They're going to be basically heading down. I don't know if they're going to use this road or if they're going to go through the town here and then come down to this road by the railway. Probably going to use this road by the railway with the way that the sectors are set up. So the first unit's on its way, a little OSA. We'll do our best to cover. So I'll probably pop some artillery illumination. Let's just do it over here to see if there's anything travelling towards Ankara, because that's the weak spot. And if there is, then we're going to have to adjust maybe the BMP-2s. Let's also make sure that these move to their position. Look at these T-55s, it's just a whole company of T-55s just set up and waiting. Where are the enemy? It's too quiet. It's too quiet for me. Right, these will dig in over time. and they'll be able to keep an eye out over the valley. That looks cool, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, they're hitting my weak spot immediately. Great. Let's just bring over the BMP-2s then. And this is going to be artillery barrage, and we'll also drop some rockets on them. So I really don't have much in the way of tactical aid, huh? Tactical support. I was really hoping they would stop there. That's going to miss now. Might still hit those. I'm just going to fall back into the town with the BMPs because they're taking a lot of fire. Okay, as the scimitars come in, at least we'll hit them with the RPGs, so that'll be good. Those are just going in. They're just going in. The scimitar's in a bad spot. Oh, there it goes. Beautiful. I don't actually have any supply, which is a bit of a mistake on my part. It seems like the infantry is getting involved there, which is good. This is what I was kind of hoping. And the BMP-2s coming behind them here should be a nice flank. We did manage to kill some units on the other side. Seems like the T-72s are having a bit of a turkey shoot here. A lot of those IFVs going down in the open. We're coming around the corner here. Really nice flanking maneuver right into the rear. I will let that BMP-1 retreat, and the BMP-2s can take up their position. Wow, what a beautiful flank. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, those men can get in position. Alright, back over to this side. Let's do artillery elimination to help those tanks out, as they will be severely lacking the optics to see those in the dark. So by dropping the area illumination, we help the accuracy of our tanks, which is great. I'm almost tempted to move the T-72s I have here, but I'm not going to bother. We're going to just get my supply in to help these guys out. And then I'm also going to bring in supply down to Angara, I think, because that is going to be contested quite frequently, I think. I might have to fall back with the T-72s just because they are pretty stressed. I don't have any rally ability. Just making sure I took out the voltages there because they have anti-gems, probably of some sort of Milan that could do a lot of damage. Now we're just going to take out the Fusiliers. Hopefully they don't get too close. They've got to be like within 800 meters or so in order to use their M72s. I think they only have M72 laws, so they're not going to do much damage anyway. Poor chaps. If the supply can get here, that'd be such a big win. They're getting into range shortly. Okay, just in time. There's more tanks coming in. Okay, well, more artillery illumination please on this side. And I think I'm going to have to rocket there. Or Leo there. Alright, those are going to have to fall back. I did just lose one of them. Alright, we'll just let them retreat. That's a shame. Let's move these T-72s over. It's not good. The T-55s are gonna get ripped up as well. There should be a nice flank here from the T-72s. I can push them through the tree line here. Good hit. And we'll replace those on the hill as soon as we can. Get those T-72s back in position. They held the line nicely. You can see the convoy coming through on the back. Alright, here we go. Point blank engagement with the leopards. All of my guys are missing like crazy. Gonna do area recon here, and then follow up with some artillery illumination. And let's hope we can take out these mortars. That's what I'm gonna try and do here with the T-72s. Yeah, those mortars retreated. Come on. I know we're on the move in a T-72, but we can probably hit. Okay. We're okay. Alright, we'll move these back up onto the hill here. And fix them up, and then they can dig themselves in, and we can have support here as well. So the T-72s will create like a really nice cone of fire. Oh, that is enemy Scorpions, I guess, and they're shooting into the rear of my tanks, unfortunately. I don't want to just keep going though, because we're going to cut off the line of sight there. And we'll probably have to reverse up the hill because I'll be coming through there shortly. Reverse into position. Fantastic. Right, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of repair going before they come through the tree line. More artillery illumination, please. And it seems like on the other side of the map things are okay. Most of the attacks are coming in down here right now, which is fine, because that's where the majority of our heavy tanks are, so I'm okay with that. Our T-72s are getting fixed up. Really good. I don't know what HGM these guys have. It's a cargo, okay. I'm gonna move these T-72s across so they can help support this engagement. New vehicles do they have? Still 3 out of 3, that's good. As long as the vehicles don't die, we can bring back the infantry to full strength. Like the most important part. Yeah, we do have another engagement happening over here. Just gonna bring in some rockets to help that out. Good. And then artillery is gonna hurt. We might lose another tank or 2 there. Right, let's just pull that one back. It looks like rockets hit the leopards pretty well. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to move the airborne further to the left. I think I'm going to regret that. That's an entire company of infantry. Just as I move, of course. Of course. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's just pull back into the town here because things are going to get ugly. We'll have to move over the company of T-55s. No way. I think I lost those airborne entirely. That's really bad. Yeah, their Stratu would be back up to full strength at least. But yeah, we're going to lose Angara, and then if we lose Angara, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the convoy, so I'm a bit worried about that. Although I'm not sure if anything else is actually coming in at this point. That might be the end of the convoy here.
5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, we might have already saved the last of them there. So that's good. Let's turn around these T-55s. And head towards Angara with those. We'll leave the fire support there and the AA. The T-72s are in position here, that's good. That supply can leave, as it will need more supply. It'd be really nice to get some veterancy on these companies. It's very difficult because they struggle to stay alive. It's like you can't manage like each section individually. The rockets here should do a nice amount of damage. Hit those HGMs hard. I'm just pulling back a little bit because I don't want the main unit to get killed. And the artillery is hitting us pretty hard. let's let that supply leave because they're just going to get caught out. We could also bring in the helicopters just to help clean up some of this stuff. It's crazy how tanky those are being right now. Maybe I should just be charging them. Okay, good. We'll let those leave. Fix up. Is that going to be another cluster strike? Oh no. Oh no, it's not. It's just going for my MI-24s, of course. There's always the air in there. What is this? The AIFB company is causing me problems, isn't it? Crikey. Just going to artillery illuminate this. Capturing the arrival zone. Didn't even know that was possible. Wonder if that affects the next phase.
Zone lost.
We're just bringing all the airstrikes on it.
1 minute remaining.
Oh, they do have the, they've got AA and they have the air support. I completely forgot about that. Oh no, both of those Su-25 strikes are just not going to make it. That's tragic. Oh boy. My T-55s are so blind in this sort of time. I've never lost the arrival zone, so I don't know what happens in the next phase. I'm gonna have to like recap that before we can bring in the escort. Oh, up here my T-72s are getting toasted. Not good. Alright, well, in terms of KD, things went pretty well. And we did manage to get the entire escort through, like the entire convoy, so that's good. However, next phase could be a bit of a problem. Because that's just phase 1. Let's go to the next phase. Okay, we have 236 operational authority, so more deployment points, please. Thank you very much. We will go with maybe some extra engineer support. Could be useful for this situation. I do need to get the... I don't know about the Mi-24s. They always seem to just get shot down by enemy aircraft. What was the thing that I was low on? I think it was the tanks. Yeah, the recon tanks. Definitely always low on those because we have a very limited number of them anyway. I'm going to increase the tactical support. I think like the Su-25s are really, really useful. So making sure that I have them is good. And yeah, I mean, the end of that phase, maybe not the best demonstration of the Su-25, but oh, you're kidding me. Air tactical aids are not available. Airspace denied. I guess it makes sense. It's thematic, especially after what happened last time. Alright, Vigilant Tempest, Phase 12, Stage 6 at 1 PM. It's hilarious. I should maybe check that before I commit. Oh gosh. Right, we got to make sure we take this back ASAP. So Let's get the boys to run over here together. We need some recon, I think. I'm probably going to put some Vigilant in here. We'll just make sure that those are unloaded. And we'll just have them kind of deploy there immediately. I could also use some infantry. I will bring like the BMP-1s. Those will provide reusable optics. I might also just move over the Proscomnitzer here as well, just to make sure that that is the case. Okay, T-55 company can... I mean, they keep attacking that direction. I don't know if they will this time, though, which is interesting. We'll put these up on the hill, like so, to defend Niemen. And then the T-72s can come over here. These BMP-2s, Janista, stay where they are. That's good. And maybe I have these up on the hill behind. Some T-5s there. Because all of this stuff that's attacking the arrival will then just move to Angara straight afterwards, so. Just making sure there's no other units that I had coming in that I hadn't deployed into a position. We got 50 extra points though, so we'll definitely bring in some Strats here. Alright, I think that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and proceed. We're going to be bumping straight into these enemies, but that's okay. We should just demolish them, and we're all dug in, so I'm happy with that. At least I think I'm happy with that. This is going to be an extremely bloody engagement. Oh my, the T-55 is getting absolutely wrecked. Oh, that's crazy. That was a lot of stuff. A lot of tanks went down very fast there. Alright, we'll take out those leopards, then we gotta take out the Fusiliers. I mean, do they get like reserve units to defend this? There's no way. Now we're gonna break defense into that zone ASAP. That was crazy. We were right next to them. Oh dear. Yeah, they got a rear guard. That's not fair. I'm gonna have the artillery barrage that. Because we gotta gap this ASAP, otherwise I'm not gonna get my victory points. Oh, they just went straight for the cutoff, huh? I'm really hoping that artillery barrage doesn't end up killing friendlies when we get this. Okay, right, this time around, let's not move the Viscani, let's just leave them maybe a little bit further left, like so. And we'll get the T-72s over.
Zone captured.
That was just wild. Alright, here we go. Get those forces in. Get some supply over here as well. Oh, these guys are getting absolutely wrecked up on the hill. That is a huge force. What? Okay, we're in trouble, boys. These T-55s are going to have to head that direction. The T-72s are also going to have to head that direction. This convoy is going to get its head chopped off if I'm not careful. I don't even think I can bring in a full company at this point. We definitely make sure some of the T-72s come down here. These two heading to Niemen should be okay. We got a little bit of defense in the way for now. Let's just make sure those BMP-2s come over here as well. Need to just do our best to hold the line here. Okay, that's the rear guard taken care of. And now we just need to get into the sector. Send some supply over here. T-72 should help. These guys need to retreat. It's just like the company of AIFEs. They're going to bump into these recon and then hopefully they'll stop for a second. And then I'll hit them with the artillery. There's two companies actually. And 2 sets of tanks. That's crazy. Right. We're gonna have to actually just take a wide berth here. I don't want to go up that hill if they're coming up. Right, here's all of the escort, all the stuff that needs an escort. Oh, okay. Is that my T-72s? It is my T-72s. They're on fire. Great. Let's move through here. Oh, we're going to certainly lose some stuff. This is going to be a real nasty. I don't think I can catch up to them in time.
Zone captured.
Maybe I have to use some artillery. Especially for these companies, actually. Artillery is not a bad idea at all. Oh, dearie me. Look at this. There's so many units. Alright, we've broken down that defense up there. We're going to start moving down this side of the river to help defend these units. Thing is, these are going to retreat the wrong way, right? Yeah.
Zone lost.
Because our reinforcing zone is here, so they always retreat towards the reinforcing zone. You've got to be really careful with that. There's no way the AIFE company has... they have 80 gems. Are you serious? Yeah. That's a lot of 80 gems. This has been a disaster. There's just so many units that I had to deal with. Like, especially those T-72s getting destroyed so easily is really bad for us. Alright, my airborne are going to show us how it's done. because they are in a pickle. I wish that supply would be there in time. Okay, we're gonna get some stuff through. There is some HGM helicopters. Wow. Yeah, we're just having to deal with everything. Crazy. Like, I'm seeing the intel, and I think, oh, it's not that bad. But then there's just so many units everywhere. I think we had to deal with the remainder of the units that were coming in at the end of the first phase. So that was a big problem. Anyway, these units aren't getting very far. We're going to be dropping quite a lot of victory points. They didn't use any helicopters the first time around, so I didn't expect any the second time. But at least this time around, the HGMs and the BMP2s can clean that up. I think our initial engagement was half the problem with this, unfortunately.
Zone captured.
And those autocannons just ripping the side of those. Really not good. That's really, really tough for us. At least some of them are getting through. But there's still another set coming in. Alright, these manpads are going to have to move down here. They're going to keep using these helicopters. At least we shot them down pretty fast. So I thought the first phase went okay, other than losing the arrival at the end, because we managed to get all of these units through. But yeah, that was real messy in the second phase. Lots of losses. Alright, we'll try and fix up these T-55s at least. Hopefully I can get some shots onto any of these units, because there seems to be another attack coming through near Mista. These are gonna get wrecked. These scimitars spotting us before we can reply. I guess defending further away should have been the priority, like at Angada, because there's always a situation where, like, if they attack Divina, for example, like they are now, where all of my reinforcements that are coming in can just drive straight there. It's not like it's far away. Whereas here is much more difficult for us to get to. So it would make sense that we should put our priority there. Our engineers are trying to hold the line.
Zone captured.
I'll let them retreat. These can retreat. That supply at least got into position. I really wish I could have got a supply unit down here.
5 minutes remaining.
I guess the other thing that I maybe could have used this battle a little more is artillery rate. Especially for the company initially. Might have been a good idea to bring in the Danas. But it's always going to be difficult to hit them on the move. The AI moves kind of unpredictably. You see them moving their artillery after they fire every time as well. Oh no. The BMPs are gonna get wrecked. These BMPs have no HDGams left. I think the last of the units have gone through. Yeah, we're gonna be short on victory points for sure this phase. Escort's always a difficult one. You don't know which part of the map they're really going to focus, and I really got caught out this time around. Good hit by the HGM though. I can't retreat them because they're going to run out in front of the enemy. And we got the enemy infantry companies coming in. Okay, maybe I do want them to retreat. Why are they driving straight towards me? Okay, I think they're just going for the arrival sector, maybe. Oh, they're clustering my leader. That's bad. So you see the Danas there, starting to do a decent amount of damage. Shots coming across from the T-55s are nice. good.
Čistě a jasně. Dle rozkazu.
Well, they're coming straight for the straight for the spawn now. These units are getting some veterancy from that. That's some good damage that T-55s have done.
1 minute remaining.
We did lose quite a lot of veterancy this phase from the T-72s going down. I kind of want to hold on to Muster if I can. We're going to need the operational authority. Let's just pop an artillery barrage in front of that.
Nepřítel spatřen. Žádám o rozkazy. Kryjte se. Podpora je na cestě. Jednotka připravena. Rozkaz. Provedu.
Oh, they're moving away from it. Savage. Okay, well, kills and losses wise, that was a ridiculous battle. We lost 110 dead, 319 for them. It's basically 3-1. But look how many units in general were in that battle. Like, it's almost 1,000 plus dead and wounded. That's crazy. I guess with the AIFV companies, there's always going to be a lot to kill. But yeah, that was pretty nuts. This has been insane. All right, well, we have 264 operational authority. That is stage complete. We'll be moving on to stage 7. So yeah, next we got to choose an escort or an attack, and we'll probably just make an attack since we did an escort last time. But yeah, good fun, even if it is a bit clenching at times, you know. It's very, very close, but I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are too. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.